Have you ever wondered if all of this, the work, the routines, the sleepless nights, ends in nothing? Most people live their whole lives pretending they're not afraid of death. But in the quiet of the night, when the lights go out, there it is. That tiny whisper that asks, what happens when it's all over? Carl Jung didn't run from that question. He walked straight into it. He once said, death is not the end. A return home. While you're afraid, you're not really afraid of death. You're afraid of seeing that you never truly lived. That you spent so many years chasing things that didn't matter. That you buried your dreams under the noise of shoulds and musts. You're afraid that when you leave this world, you'll realize you never came home to yourself. What Jung knew, when Jung almost died in 1944, he didn't see emptiness. He didn't see darkness. He saw light, warm, endless, and alive. He called it presence, a place where there was no time, no ego, no mask, only truth. He saw that the soul is not tied to the body like a prisoner. The soul uses the body like a driver uses a car. When the car breaks down, the driver simply steps out and keeps going. The greatest lie society teaches you to fear death, so you'll stay distracted. It tells you that your worth is in what you own, who you please, how you perform. But deep down, your soul knows. None of that comes with you. All that survives is what you built inside. Every act of kindness, every forgiven hurt, every time you chose love when it was easier to hate. That's what you pack for the journey home. Your soul remembers. Have you ever felt a truth so ancient that you can't explain it? Like you've known it forever, but forgot until now. That's your soul whispering. Keep listening. Carl Jung said, the soul does not die, it remembers. It returns. It carries lessons like seeds, waiting to bloom in the next life. Call to action? Are you listening? If this stirs something in you, if you've ever felt that quiet pull back to something bigger, comment below. I am ready to remember. Let your soul answer the question you've been too busy to ask. In part 2, we'll go deeper. Why the pain you feel now is not punishment, but preparation. And why some souls come back again and again until they're ready to come home for good. Most people run from pain. They numb it, medicate it, drown it in distractions. But what if pain is not your enemy, but your teacher? Carl Jung believed that every wound is where the light enters. He knew that the soul does not suffer. Only the ego does. Your true self watches the storms of life the way you might watch a passing cloud. With curiosity, with understanding, with patience. Pain is not punishment, you ask. Why must I hurt so much? Why do I lose people I love? Why do I fail, fall, break? Jung would answer, because every experience is a lesson. Every heartbreak is a reminder that you are not just the body that bleeds, but the soul that learns. Nothing here is wasted. No mistake is final. No loss is meaningless. Your soul uses every tear, every bruise, every scar, like clay to shape you into something deeper, truer. The school of the soul he called life a school, and death, not an ending, but graduation. But what happens when you don't learn the lesson? When you keep choosing fear over love, the soul returns. It comes back with the same questions, the same patterns, different faces, different names, same shadows, until you remember. Glimpses of a past you never knew. Have you ever met someone and felt you've known them forever? Have you ever had dreams so vivid, so real, they feel like a memory? That's the soul remembering. A reminder, you've been here before. And you'll come again, until you become whole. Jung didn't call it blind reincarnation, but memory. The soul repeats what is unfinished, not as punishment, but as grace. Carriers of light. And then, there are the rare souls who don't just come to learn. They come to remind. He called them carriers of light. They arrive in the darkest times, not with loud voices, not with grand gestures, but with a presence that warms the coldest room. Sometimes that's you. Sometimes that's someone you meet. A stranger who says exactly what you needed to hear. These souls are like torches for the lost. But even a torch can flicker. Even the brightest soul can forget. When that happens, life calls them back. Through pain, through symbols, through silence, guilt and shadows. What about the souls that wander? The ones that get stuck? The ones who cling to guilt like chains. Jung said they don't haunt us as ghosts, but as unfinished stories, waiting for a thought of forgiveness, a spark of love to find the way home. You don't need rituals or grand ceremonies. Sometimes all it takes is a whisper, call to action. Light the path if you feel like you've carried pain from another lifetime. If you feel like there's someone you need to forgive, write it below, I choose light. Let that be your gift. For your soul, for the souls still waiting. In part 3, we'll step deeper into the mystery. What lies beyond the door of death? How do we know we're never alone? Not now, not after. What if death is not darkness, but light? Jung spoke of a place beyond breath, beyond time, beyond the tight cage of identity. When he hovered between life and death in 1944, he didn't see monsters or nothingness. He saw the earth from above, timeless, ancient, a temple without walls, a presence without a name. He called it essence. First, silence, then light. He said, when death comes, it doesn't destroy you. It returns you. It's like stepping off a stage. But the play goes on. The role changes. The scenery shifts. But you remain. First comes silence. A hush so deep it feels like the whole universe is holding its breath. Then comes light. Not blinding, but warm, all-encompassing. Yourself, your real self, stripped of the masks, the titles, the fears. You meet them again, and what about the ones we loved? Jung spoke of meeting them not in bodies, but in feelings, in vibration. You don't ask, do you love me? Because in that place, you are love. You don't wait for forgiveness, because everything has already been forgiven. No grudges, no guilt, no unfinished conversations. Just presence. Pure being. Can we touch that place now? You might wonder. Do I have to wait for death to feel that? The truth? You've already been there. In moments so soft, you almost miss them. When you cry to a song that cracks your soul open. When you hold someone you thought you lost forever. When you fall asleep and dream of a world that feels more real than this one. Jung said, we touch that place through deep sleep, through music, through silence, moments when you stop being someone and simply become. The door is closer than you think. This is not religion. This is reality. Your soul remembers it every time you stop trying to explain it. Your mind wants proof. Your soul wants to feel. That's why, when you hear these truths, something ancient stirs inside you, like an old chord vibrating in the dark. You're never alone, even if you don't believe, even if you fear the end, even if you think your mistakes can't be forgiven. There's always someone, a guide, a loved one, the silence itself, waiting to call you home. Belief doesn't make the truth true. It just opens the door. Call to action. Keep the door open if you've ever felt that chill down your spine. If your soul trembles when you hear the word home, comment below and share this message with someone who needs to hear. Death is not the end. It's the beginning we all forgot. In part 4, we'll close this circle. How to live now, truly live, so that when the door opens, you're ready to walk through with no regrets. So you know now, death is not the enemy, it's a door. The soul doesn't vanish, it remembers, returns, and grows. But here's the real question. What will you do with this life, now that you know it's not forever? The true fear, most people don't fear death. They fear arriving at the end only to see they never truly lived. They fear realizing they never spoke their truth, never forgave, never let go, never loved fully. The real tragedy isn't dying. It's carrying to your grave the parts of you that long to be free. This life is your classroom, Jung said. The soul comes here to learn, to lose and love, to build and destroy, to feel joy and pain. It's not punishment, it's practice. Each heartbreak teaches you how to hold yourself. Each failure humbles your ego and lifts your spirit. Each small moment of gratitude plants a seed that will bloom long after this body is gone. Nothing is wasted. Maybe you've messed up. Maybe you've hurt people. Maybe you've stayed stuck for years. It's not too late. Your soul doesn't keep score to punish you. It keeps track so you remember. You can still change. Nothing you lived was wasted. Nothing you carry cannot be forgiven. Even the darkest shadow has a spark waiting to be seen. Live now, die light the next time you worry about the end. Remember this. You don't take your status, your money, your fame. You take your love, you take your truth. You take your becoming. When you live with love, for yourself, for others, for this messy, beautiful world, you die light. No regrets, no chains, only freedom. You are not the story. You are the traveler. You are not the house you built. You are not the car you drive. You are not the titles they give you. You are the soul moving through all of it, watching, learning, forgiving. This is what Carl Jung knew. We are all just traveling home. Your last promise one day, When your door opens, may you walk through it with a quiet heart. May you smile back at this life, not because it was perfect, but because it was real. And may you whisper, "I'm ready. I'm coming home." Call to action. Claim it now. If this message touched your soul, comment below. And tell me, where are you listening from? Your city? Your country? Share it. Let's remind each other, we are never alone on this path. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And share this with someone who needs to remember. We are more than our fears. We are the soul that never dies.